My ex got me a car and now wants it back. My ex and I have a newborn. During my pregnancy, he got me a car. Yeah, a damn car. At the time, it felt like a blessing because my old car was basically falling apart, and I needed something reliable with a baby on the way. I thought, wow, maybe he's not that bad. But now, he's trying to take the car back. Let me explain. When he gave me the car, there wasn't some huge discussion about it. We had a text exchange where he basically said, "You need this, I want to help." And me? I was 8 months pregnant and not in the mood to argue. I agreed. We didn't get anything notarized, which is where I messed up, I guess. But we had texts. That counts for something, right? Fast forward to now. We're not on speaking terms because he's being a childish prick. I finally told him I was filing for child support because I'm done dealing with him. That's when he flipped out, started talking crazy, like, "If you file child support, I'm reporting the car stolen and you'll go to jail." Can he even do that? I'm in Texas, by the way, so if anyone has any advice on this, I'm all ears. I'm really just trying to figure out if I'm about to end up in jail because this man's being a control freak. I mean, seriously, he got the car for me and the baby, right? It's not like I tricked him into it. He offered. I've kept all the texts as proof. It's not like I'm trying to keep something that doesn't belong to me. He gave it to me. I feel like I'm being punished for not kissing his ass anymore. So, after that conversation about child support, he went full psycho. He works out of town, and whenever he's not in town, he acts like I'm out here living my best life, not caring for our child. Like, does he even know how exhausting it is to have a newborn? But nope, it's all about him. The world revolves around him, right? Anyway, this idiot starts blowing up my phone with threats. "You're gonna regret this. I'll ruin your life. You think you can just do whatever you want? Blah, blah, blah." I stopped responding after a while because it's like talking to a wall. But then he pulls this. "If you don't give me the car back, I'm reporting it stolen." I laughed when I first read that. Like, bro, you gave me this car. There's proof. We had conversations about it. I still have the messages. I thought he was bluffing, but then I got this weird feeling in my gut. What if he actually goes through with it? I mean, this dude is petty as hell. He would do something just to spite me. I told my mom about it, and she was like, "Don't let him bully you. He's just trying to scare you." But at this point, I'm not even sure. He's unpredictable. One minute, he's saying he wants to co-parent. The next, he's threatening to ruin my life. I should have seen it coming, though. His ex-wife told me he did the same shit to her. But of course, I didn't listen. I needed the car, and he knew that. Now he's using it as leverage. Typical. So, yesterday, things took a turn. I woke up to banging on my door. I'm thinking, who the hell is at my door at 7 a.m.? I open it, and guess who's standing there? 2 police officers. My heart dropped. They asked if I was the owner of the car parked out front. I told them yes, but I already knew where this was going. One of the officers says, "We've received a report that this car is stolen." I lost it. Are you fucking kidding me? My ex gave me that car. They gave me this look, like they'd heard that story 1,000 times. I showed them the texts, tried to explain that we had an agreement. The officer, the younger one, was like, "Ma'am, we're just here to investigate." He wasn't being a total jerk, but still, the fact that I was being treated like a criminal in my own home, over a car that my ex gave me, was insane. Long story short, they didn't tow the car, thank God, but they left me with this ominous, "We'll be following up." I felt like I was in some kind of twisted nightmare. I knew he was spiteful, but calling the police on me? Over a car? Who does that? After the cops left, I called my mom. She's my go-to when things hit the fan, and I needed someone to talk me off the ledge. My mom's not the kind of person to take shit from anyone, especially not from a guy like my ex. She came over, looked at the car, and shook her head. "You're not giving that car back? You've done nothing wrong." She started talking about getting a lawyer involved, filing harassment charges, and all that. I wasn't ready to go that far, but I knew I couldn't keep dealing with him on my own. That same day, my ex called me, all calm and collected, like nothing had happened. "So, are you going to give the car back, or do I need to take further action?" He asked, like he had some kind of upper hand. I snapped, "Take further action? What the hell does that even mean? You gave me this car, asshole? Now you want it back because I'm filing for child support. Grow the fuck up. He laughed. Actually laughed. You think you're untouchable, don't you? I hung up. I couldn't deal with his manipulation anymore. My mom was right. This wasn't going to end until I made it stop. After a couple more days of threats and sleepless nights, I finally took my mom's advice and went to a lawyer. I brought all the texts, explained the situation, and hoped for some good news. The lawyer was blunt. It's a complicated situation. Since the car is in his name, technically he could report it stolen. However, with the texts, we can argue that it was a gift. He's using the car to manipulate you, and we can push back legally. I felt a little relief, but then the lawyer dropped a bomb on me. But there's a chance this could get messy. You need to be prepared for a fight. I walked out of that office feeling sick to my stomach. I didn't want to go to war over a fucking car. I just wanted him to leave me alone. But clearly, that wasn't going to happen. Update. So, after my visit to the lawyer, things escalated. My ex showed up at my house one night, pounding on the door, demanding the car. He was screaming at the top of his lungs, calling me every name in the book. I had my mom and the baby inside, and I didn't want this to turn into a full-blown scene. So I called the police, again. When they got there, he played it all cool, like he was just here to talk. But I wasn't buying it. The cops made him leave, but he got in one last dig before driving off. This isn't over. I've decided I'm going to file for a restraining order. I can't keep living like this. It's one thing to threaten me over the phone, but showing up at my house? That's crossing a line. It's been a few weeks since the last update, and I wanted to let you all know that I officially filed for child support. It wasn't easy, but I knew it had to be done. My ex lost his mind when he found out. More threats, more drama, but I'm done being scared of him. The car situation? Still in limbo. My lawyer is working on it, and we're waiting for a court date. I'm hoping the judge sees through his bullshit. If anyone's going through something similar, my advice: get a lawyer, keep all your evidence, and don't let these assholes intimidate you. That's where things stand right now. I'll update again if anything major happens, but for now, I'm focusing on taking care of myself and my baby.